Hey everyone, it's Robin Clayton here with another episode of Zodi C at the Farm. I hope everybody out there is doing wonderful. We are here today to present this beautiful glass flower. This is a Murano supporting plate with a clear crystal flower petal, followed by this beautiful ceramic glass orb. I hope that you will stay with me because I'm going to show you my tips from A to Z on how to make this gorgeous glass flower for your home or for your garden. We're going to move on to the items that you're going to need to complete this project now. Just go quickly over the pieces. So I've got all of my pieces. I've got this beautiful cobalt blue Murano flower petal, followed by this crystal flower petal that I just love so much. It still has its tag on it. And then I've got this gorgeous orb that looks very much like it belongs in a garden. I hope you would agree. All right, so all of these have been cleaned off and ready to go. You know, for the assembly, you want to make sure there's no grease or tags or anything on there. I'm going to leave this crystal tag on here just for the purposes of, you know, it's a beautiful piece and it needs to be recognized. All right, this particular orb has this opening in here that I will be using my toggle bolt on. And again, this is a 3/16 by 3 inches on this toggle. So basically this toggle goes inside and these wings is what secures this to the flower. Okay, and here is the bolt for it. So you're going to need those items. So let me put that back so the plates are done. You're going to need to have a diamond tip bit for your drill or for your drill press, whatever you're using. You're going to need a hanging hook if you're going to be mounting it outside on a pole. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to need a few washers. You're also going to need a drill, because I find that these hooks for my toggle bolt, it doesn't go all the way through, so I have to drill this hole out a little bit. So you're going to need a metal drill bit, and of course the toggle, your gloves and protective eyewear, safety goggles. You're going to need some water. You're going to need, if you're going to be using a cordless drill, you're going to need your diamond tip bit on that as well. And I also have my other screwdriver. Okay, so now that we have a list of items that we're going to be using, we're now going to be moving on to the cutting of these particular pieces. Okay, see you soon. I'm over at my drill press station and I am putting on my gloves, getting myself set up here. As I said in prior videos, that getting set up is probably one of the most important things to do when cutting a glass. I have my stabilizer there, getting this centered. I've already pre-marked the center. And I'm just trying to make sure that everything is lined up correctly as I want it to be. And that's the center right there. I'm going to need a little bit of water. And I'm going to put that right there in the center. I already checked this and set this up so I know this is where I want it to be. And I am ready to go. I've got my next piece that I've already marked in the center with a magic marker. Here's my little piece, my little support here. I'm going to set this directly on top of that, so when that drill bit pierces through, it'll hit that piece of wood for safety purposes. Okay, I'm going to let this down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to push that straight under and try to get that set up. Okay, just like that. I'm going to make sure the drill bit's coming straight down on that piece of glass. Okay, so here we go. Put a little bit of water there. Through, clean cut. All right, we are done with the cutting of the pieces for this. So let's move on to assembly. Folks, so welcome back to the assembly portion of this particular video. I've already gone through the list of items, so we should be good there. So again, as I said, I'm going to take a little bit of extra time today to focus on assembly so that you all completely understand how this toggle works. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started with my gloves. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this camera down so you can see how I put this together. I'm going to start with my hook, and then I'm going to take a washer, put that washer right there, and then push this straight through. I had to drill this hole out a little bit on this hook as I indicated. Okay, so there we go. All right, now I'm going to start with my first piece. It's over carefully, and I'm going to go ahead and put my hook right there in the center. And then I'm going to carefully turn it over and put another large washer right there. And then I'm going to take my next piece, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put that straight through just like that, okay. And then I'm going to put followed by, let me get a different washer. I do use larger and thinner washers depending upon which project I'm working on. Right, so I've got a washer there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the toggle because I'm only using 2 pieces plus the orb today. So I'm going to take my toggle with my right hand dominant hand, lay that down, not all the way, just so that you can get that toggle to attach. All right, so here is the orb. Okay, this opening, it's approximately a ½ inch, I would say, this opening. And all I'm going to do is push this straight down on that toggle bolt. Okay, and then pull back, and once I pull back, I know that those wings have opened inside that orb, and then I'm just going to carefully turn it over on its side. I got both my screwdrivers here, so I'm going to use my fast moving one first, make sure it's in the forward position, and then I'm going to take my screwdriver. You may have to pull that orb back a little bit while you're tightening it so that it grabs. Okay, then I'm going to take my other smaller one and just tighten it up just like that. And then I'm going to turn it over and adjust. You always want to make sure that everything remains flush. Go back, and that looks pretty good. Let me put this out of the way. And here we go, guys. It takes me about a week, sometimes 2 weeks, depending upon my inspiration and what pieces that I actually have available or that I've gotten for, you know, the month or so. But let me just share this with you because I just think it's such a beautiful piece. So this is a Murano cobalt blue glass flower petal, followed by this crystal, and it's got like little stems or leaves on them, and it shines so beautifully. And then this is a ceramic display orb that I just think is absolutely beautiful. It just really accents the piece. There's the side of it where you can see its dimensions. And then let me turn it to the back where you can see this. Turn it over one more time. You can see it like that. So I hope that clears up any questions about the orb, because I did have one of my subscribers ask me about it. So I hope that was enough time and advisement on how to complete that orb. All right, so now I'm going to show you this on a stand inside and also outside. Okay, stay with me. Okay, so this is the stand that I'm going to be using today. This is actually a 2-part stand. I like stands that have a fixed movement, but I picked this up somewhere really inexpensively, so I'm going to be using it today to display this flower for you. All right, so I'm going to take my flower, I'm going to set it right on the stand, right there in the center. And this stand actually is quite fine. This piece is not one of my heavier pieces. but I just think it looks so beautiful. So I'm going to be displaying this outside. You can disregard this hook, but the hook I find helps stabilize the piece when it sits on the stand. Okay, so let me turn it back around and look at how the crystal and the cobalt blue and the white orb in the middle actually really work on that light. So the light really comes through, so it'll look beautiful at home or out in your garden. Either way, it just looks, I just think it looks so regal and just very beautiful. What I normally do is like I said in prior videos, you can always go back and look at others, but this is just a PVC pole, and I've got a chair cover that I put a hole in with my drill, and I'm just going to take the hook and stick it straight down there just like that. And you can put leaves and whatever you want, you know, on your stand. All right, so yeah, there it is. I think it looks really, really beautiful. Okay, everyone, that is a wrap for the video today. I hope that you have enjoyed this particular episode on this cobalt and crystal blue glass flower that we have made for your home or for your garden. If you have any questions with regards to anything that I have done on the episode today, you can email me at hurricane4cr@gmail.com. You can also reach me on my website at www.zodiseeatthefarm.com. And if you have questions, you can also list them in the comment section below. I always love hearing your comments about the flowers. So that's it for today. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a blessed weekend, and I hope to see you next time here at Zodisee at the Farm. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.